Good morning, this is Manish Patel with IMTF Trade. Today is March 19, 2019. We've been asked to sit there and give an update on the Bitcoin charts and kind of predict where it's going. A lot of people think 2019 is the year that Bitcoin pretty much resumes its trend, which pretty much has been destroyed in the last year or so. So let's start looking at the charts and go from there. Before we begin, here's our normal disclaimer to state this is for education use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument at all. You can read the information on disclaimer, but basically we're broker neutral. So let's go to the chart. So here's my charts of Bitcoin from basically the Coinbase feed, and I'm using TradingView here. You could see that basically we entered a major bearish trend here on the in 2000 last year, and then we pretty much have consolidated a lot in the beginning of this year in 2019. You had a chance here to break out here on February 23rd, but unfortunately we did not break out at all, and it quite wasn't ready at that point either, so we did not sit there and publish a post here to sit there and say this was bullish trending at all, because this green shaded area really was not really high probability at all. The good thing is that after this big red bar here, we've stabilized and we're now coming back here, and we actually, believe it or not, a couple of days ago broke this low resistance level right there. That's our first sign. It doesn't mean it's bullish yet, but that was our first sign of the first step it had to do in order to sit there and become bullish. Now what happens is it really needs to sit there and break out, and what we're looking for is a breakout above this level here. So you can kind of see that little spike right there, and you want to see, notice how big of a resistance it is right there, okay? And the reason why this was big, and you could see here this multiple time frame cross back here, that's a multiple time frame resistance there, and that's exactly what we're looking for it to do. And you could see here there's our alert right there, so we're looking for it to break that level by closing above that level, and once it closes above that level, then I think that this thing can sit there and possibly trend. Okay, so I think that at that point we can sit there and break out this consolidation pattern, and we can sit there and start making a move up. Where's the next resistance? Well, that's the magical question, right? The next resistance I think will be somewhere probably around here, which would be the first step right there. There's no multiple time frame resistances, so we can't really look at anything there. The only thing we could do is look at the daily here, but this is the next stage here for there. So if it breaks out from here, you could look at the reward risk of this trade here. Let's just say this was it. Now let's say you did a trade somewhere after it breaks out, if you got into a pullback, and then let's say the stops were right there, and this is this. So this could be a possible setup right there. So this will give you close to a 5-to-1 reward risk ratio, where you're risking about $169 to make roughly about 821. Now, we're not saying this could be a target. This could be a preserve mode where you take 50 to 75% of your positions off, and then you tighten up your stops. So there's many ways you could do money management, but the very first things first is that you gotta see this thing close above that 4003 level. Until it does, there's no way this thing's gonna sit there and trend at all. So we need to see that to happen. Okay. If you guys have any questions, you can email us at info@eiicapital.com. Thank you.